I wanted to let you guys know that in the city of Little Rock, there's a lot of money that's generated that's distributed to the police department. And that money is comprised of an account that's called the general fund. And that general fund usually has over $200 million a year in that fund. So the way that fund is I guess how you get that fund together is through tickets and taxes. And so in my neighborhood alone, they made, the city of Little Rock Police Department made over $900,000 in 3 months from tickets. And so that's a problem. What we need to do is recognize how much money we have in the police department, how much money we have in state, city, county funding, and we need to get our money back. And the way you get that money back is acquiring contracts through the city and the state and the county. So I'm going to end the conversation talking about that, but I'm going to let these ladies first introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about their business, how they started, the failures, the ups, the downs, anything that they're willing to discuss to help us better understand business and being black in society. All right? So first off, we have Carla Johnson, and she's the owner of Bobby D's on 65th Street in Little Rock, Arkansas. So, Carla, are you ready? Okay.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Bobby D's Southern Cuisine was named after our mom. She had 11 children. Okay, so what we did, we said, hey, we're gonna get a business together around 2015. Upon doing so, it's no book, you know, with the city, or, you know, when you go apply for your license and you really don't know, you know, kind of, you know, what you do, what not to do. Is just part of the failures that you have. However, collectively as a family, we said, hey, we're going to continue to persevere through, you know, everything that goes on in your business, which everybody pretty much knows. You know, you have your hiccups and hang-ups. But the more of the story, some of the things that Shayla asked me to speak on was, I met her in 2004. We both worked at Little Rock Community Mental Health Center and became really, really close. Shayla has been doing this for a while. We know that for a while with the Jumbera area, you know, patrolling, police patrolling, all that. I'm going to keep skipping because she only gave me 5 minutes. But the moral of the story is I'm here to support her. Anything that she does, anything that she has done, I support her. I believe in her vision. I believe in her vision, putting us on a panel, you know, being able to understand the concept of supporting one another. One of my concepts is everyone has something that they're doing. So you can't always get by Carla's or Shayla's or the club or, you know, the studio, if you're a photographer. But the most important thing is if you could just tell someone about us, you know, if you just, hey, we're calling them over there, you know, my cousin owned the club on Asher, you know, everyone's doing something. We don't expect everyone to come by and say, you know, I'm gonna eat at Bobby D's. It's a Southern cuisine and everyone's healthy. But you just go by and buy a piece of cake. You can go by and buy a pie or just send someone to us. And the Black Lives Matter, I do believe in. I really, really do. But it's okay if our friends don't come by when we want to. We don't be all, you know, hang up on us. So, you know, the support, yes. But we don't have to always make it be where we have an attitude with one another, you know, because we're not coming by, you know. So the more the story is my 8 siblings and I, we started the business. You know, I couldn't do it without them. I couldn't do it without my family. I couldn't do it at all. And on 65th Street, you have a lot of people that don't come that way because of the area. But I can say we really do serve good food. You know, we serve amazing food. People don't want to come that way because of the area. And I'm kind of jabbing, a little nervous, so bear with me. But come by and see us. Just come by for a second, you know. Come by and just say, hey guys, I want to buy a piece of cake or a piece of pie. Also, don't get mad at one another when we can't. You know what I'm saying? Do our best to say, as black people, let me just change, as black people, guys, we got to get the message of being able to just help each other a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If we can do that, I feel like we can make it. Shayla has several different things that she's doing, and I'm happy to first let me speak these 3 minutes. It's rambling a little bit, but thank y'all for listening. Bobby D's Southern Cuisine, 65th Street, and hope you come by and see us.
Okay, I'll give it.
Thank you guys. This is Carla. She has this restaurant in Southwest Little Rock along with her brothers and siblings. Her brothers and sisters. They all work together as a family and they make it work. So next, what I wanted to highlight on is that we have several people in the city of Little Rock that want to start a business. And so I just went to the city of Little Rock and just really I called them and I just asked them different things that I feel like our people should know about getting their business license. And so for internet sales, for example, it's a $200 fee for your business license per year. If you want to sell shoes, clothes, purses out of your car, peddler license are $75. Construction license is $200 per year. Daycare license is $130 per year, with each additional employee being $20. Any information you want to find out about starting a business, you can actually go to the City of Little Rock website, search starting a business with the city. The number is 371-4568. That's the Treasury's office. Next, you would have to go to the zoning department to make sure your business is going to be zoned correctly. You can do this all in one day. You can do it for less than $200. You can do it for less than $100, depending on what business you want to start. And starting a business isn't for everyone, but we need more black businesses in the city of Little Rock. It's a lot of funds that's here in the city that can be distributed to different people that start a business. And when those funds are not spent what they're allocated for, then they spend them on other things, maybe the police department. So we don't want to keep funding the police. We want to defund the police and fund our pockets. That's the goal here, is to keep the money in the people's pockets. So next what we're going to do is we're going to let Crystal Hooks talk and introduce herself and tell a little bit about her business, and then we'll go to the next.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Crystal and I'm Shayla's sister. And I first was inspired by my dad because he owned and successfully ran his construction business. And so that kind of gave me the inspiration that I could also do the same thing. And I think a big thing that I admired was the fact of being free. Because I don't think that we were born to be confined to a desk or a cubicle and, work 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 and then retire and then die. I just don't think that's living. I think that we should all be free to work and make an income, but still also have a life. So especially when I had my sons, and I do have 3 black sons, and when I had my sons, it was mainly the freedom for me to be able to do what I want to do. So if I wanted to go to lunch with them, if I wanted to, go on a field trip or whatever, I wanted to be able to do that without having, to be at risk for getting rolled up or fired or anything like that. So I think the freedom part was a big thing for me for starting my own business. And all I say is, like, for people that are wanting to start a business, I was a big procrastinator. I talked myself out of a lot of things, and I was afraid of failure and things like that. But I just say that for anyone that wants to start a business, to start, because I look back on the time that I wasted, talking myself out of stuff, and I could have been so much further along. My customer base could have been bigger. I could have already went through the ups and downs of a business. And so, I just look back at all that time wasted, and I could have been so much further along. So I do, encourage anybody that's wanting to start a business to start now. Another thing, this business that I started is a property management and marketing business, and also a gift box business. It's called the Color Box. And so I kind of started that based on my dad's business with him being in construction. But I saw a need for it when I was working in property management as well, because we needed the marketing and all that, and it was hard to be a manager and do it all together. So anyway, I started it myself, and it's been slow, but I stayed with it. So you have to stay consistent. I stayed with it, and then just here recently, I got my first big order. It was $240 box order. And so, before then I was just getting 1 box here, a couple here, and Adrian was a big supporter, so I appreciate Adrian for supporting me. But I just say that stay consistent, because things will work out as long as you stay consistent and keep the faith. And I want to say I'm very much so inspired by my sister. Shayla, I'm so proud of her and everything that she's doing. And I say, Shayla for president.
Thank you. And I just want to let you guys know, we just pulled this together Friday, and I asked all of these ladies, I think Friday night or Saturday morning, if they could come and talk and just give our people a little insight on what's been going on in their life, their business, and try to inspire people. So just bear with us and let us know that we haven't had a lot of time to prepare this, but we got it together. So one other thing I wanted to talk about before I gave the mic to Miss Adrienne is it's a lot of money out here in government and city institutions, right? And the money is designed for us to get it, but we don't know to get the money. And so that building right there is the state of Arkansas. It's the DFA building, Department of Finance and Administration. And in that building, you can get your state of Arkansas license, you can get your name registered, you can register LLC, corporation, anything that you need is it either in that building when it comes to starting a business, or the city hall building, or the permitter zoning desk. Anything you need, you can find it. And if you need some help, you can always reach out to me. If I know anything, I'm willing to give any information. I don't sell vendor lists. I don't sell any advice. I just give it. And so if it's anything that I can help you with, you just hit me up on Facebook and I'll be there. And I'm going to give the mic to Adrienne. She's a successful daycare owner right here in Little Rock, Arkansas. And so guys, give her your undivided attention and thank you.
Thank you, Shayla. Hi, I'm Adrienne, and I own and operate a local child care center in Little Rock, and I'm also in real estate. And I just want to say, when I opened in 2007, I only opened with $3,000. So, and I quit the Office of Child Support like 2 days before I decided to open. So it's like spur of the moment with a friend of mine, and ended up just being me running alone. My point is, it don't take a lot to start your business, depending on what it is. It's good to do research, get funding, grants. It's a lot of grants. You don't necessarily always have to get a loan. You can always get a grant. And the most important thing is step out in faith. If you really feel like that's what you want to do, open a business, I encourage you to do it. Because one thing I remember is my mom always told me, you put God first, everything else will fall in place. So that's all I got to say. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to introduce Princess. And Miss Princess has been in Little Rock for a long time. And she reminds me of myself because through the years, I've just heard, my sister first told me that she remembered her selling jewelry when they worked together. And then Princess had a boutique, and then she sells hair, and she has a spa, and she's become an esthetician. She has done a lot. And so I think Princess understands you can start something, you can stop it, you can start it again, it can fail, you can pick it back up. I think she really gets it. She's a serial entrepreneur, I would say, and she has a lot of knowledge, and so I can just give the mic to Princess, and thanks for coming.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Hey everybody! All the hundreds of people out here, hey! Okay, so thank you, Shayla. First and foremost, just a little bit about myself. I am a serial entrepreneur. I own a day spa, I own a nail salon, I own 3 websites online, including a hair company, a boutique. I also sell houses because I'm a licensed realtor. I'm also a licensed esthetician. I said that for the people who tell you you're doing too much when you go to do this and you go to do that, and everybody sell hair and everybody do nails. I said that to say more streams of income is how you have ownership. I'm specifically looking at these ladies over here because that's where my heart goes. It's to young ladies. I have a 19-year-old daughter, so I'm always preaching to her and her friends about ownership and doing something more and not being afraid of running out and just doing it, and people gonna talk about you no matter what, you know. So just like she said, I started my boutique with $300, and I was in the hood on Mapleville Pike, trapping out, and I made that year $87,000 off a $300 investment. I then started my hair company that year, and I took that $87,000 because she's gonna talk about it. I had poor money management. Okay, so all I had left was $3,000 to start my hair business, and I made over $150,000. And in doing that, I was able to move, like, what was his name? They got to move on to the east side, George Jefferson. I thought I had made it, y'all, and I got to West Little Rock, and somebody burned our location down. And at that time, like what you guys are here getting information, I hadn't done that, so I knew nothing about insurance. I lost everything and had to start over, right, ladies? I'm talking to y'all. And so I decided to go to school and become an esthetician because I knew if I didn't know how to do anything else, I know how to deal with women, because that's what I've been doing for years. And so I now own one of the most successful black salons in Little Rock that is professional, that is clean, that has a good rapport, and that has great customer service, because those things matter for all of us in our businesses. Because unfortunately, when it comes to black businesses, we don't get to slack. We don't get to half do. We have to do everything to the best of our ability, because there's always someone wanting to down us. They'll go in Walmart and have the worst customer service and won't write a review, but they'll come to you and you was 1 minute late opening your place of business, and they wrote, what is that review on there? Gave you the 1 star, the Google thumb down, all of that. So just for the young ladies that's here, and I'm talking to everybody too, as an African American, it's so many resources out there, and it's just a lot of things that are at our fingertips. Like Miss Shayla said, it's as simple as going down to City Hall and getting a business license, ladies. If you want to sell hair, if you want to do braids, if you want to do lashes, if you want to sell weed, if you want to sell toilet paper, this would have been the time right now to be a black business owner who sells toilet paper, feminine hygiene products, car products, anything, purses right now, because what you guys are about to see, this is small and this is minute. We have to get past what this looks like, but there's something in the air that's really thick, and there's going to be a boom in minority businesses, and I'm not gonna miss out. So I hope y'all don't miss out either, okay? And that's pretty much all I gotta say.
You really hit it on the nail, girl. Thank you so much. And you know what? I was listening to Princess talk, and I'm like, Princess really inspires me. She doesn't know it probably, but anytime I see her do anything, I'm always like, man, I can't believe she started doing that and that. So I've always been inspired by Princess. She's a little bit younger than me. She's actually one of my friend's cousins. So I'm always proud of anyone that's starting a business and stay with it even when things happen. Because we get discouraged so easy. Any little thing will discourage us. So we have to stop being like that. And another thing that Adrian pointed out to me the other day was that when we are owning black businesses, sometimes we're more harder on our own people than we are any other race. And so just because someone has an attitude when you walk in, you should not go back. Because we'll go to a restaurant and they may mess our order up and we go back because we don't know the owner. And so she just enlightened me the other day on, just because someone pisses you off if they're black, it's your duty to go back. You do not give up on them. You don't put a bad rating out. I've never done that anyway, but so we have it hard. We're at the bottom of the barrel. If you was to put 2 people at the stop at the racetrack, and they were only able to go 5 miles per hour, but the white car was able to go an hour first, the black car would never catch up, right? So that's where we are in this generation, and that's where we are with this entrepreneurship. So, without further ado, I'm going to give the mic to Miss Shanetta, because she has all of the financial literacy that we need. Hey, Shanetta, thank you, girl.
Hey, how y'all doing? Do we have any business owners out here outside of the women that's on the panel? Do we have any business owners? So what I really kind of wanted to touch on is basically the revenue that you can get for your business during this COVID-19, this pandemic that we're experiencing. I know you guys are really familiar with the CARES Act that was passed March 31st, took effect April 1st. I think the thing that everybody's most familiar with is the Paycheck Protection Program. So there's money out there. There was a bill that passed that basically said if your business had any type of loss of revenue, you could get an advancement of a loan or something for your business. There are other things that that has not been discussed or talked about. There are other resources for that as well. So if you go to like the Small Business Administration, you'll see the Paycheck Protection Program. There's also a economic injury disaster loan in advance that you can get up to $10,000 for your business as well for this pandemic. Then there's another one that's called a bridge. There's a bridge advance. So the bridge advance, basically you can get up to $25,000. And what that does is if you've applied for the Paycheck Protection Program, you can get an express advance basically from the Small Business Administration or whatever lender you choose to go through until your paycheck protection money comes in. So a lot of people are only really kind of harvesting on the Paycheck Protection Program and not the other two. So I want to make sure that you guys have all the resources that are available to you to make sure that you can get the funding that you need for your business. In these loans and these advances, if you use 75% of the money that was advanced to you, you get a loan forgiveness. So if you use it for your payroll, if you use it for rent, if you use it for mortgage, if you use it for utilities, and you can prove that the money that was advanced to you from the Small Business Administration, they'll basically say this money is going to be given to you. So it's given to you, and then it's just forgiven. You don't pay back. Now, if you have the money from the Paycheck Protection Program and you got the money prior to June 5th, if I'm not mistaken, if you got the money prior to June 5th, then your maturity is like 2 years. So you have 2 years. If you get it after June 5th, then I think it's 5 years. And then you pay it back. If it so happens you have to pay the money back because you didn't use a lot for your payroll, you're just going to pay it back at a 1% interest, right? And you have 6 months deferment for that. So make sure that you guys go onto the Small Business Administration website. We all know that this CARES Act was passed. In this CARES Act that was passed, I think that people were really more focusing on the paycheck protection and not the other two. But I want to make sure that you guys have everything you need to successfully run your business and make sure you have the revenue, any money that's there. I think all of us up here on the panel has said there's so much money and so many resources out here for our, especially minority-owned businesses. There's a lot of funds that we leave on the table every year because we're just not enlightened of them. So that's why I make sure that I stay very well educated so I can provide you guys with the resources and things you need to be successful. Now let's leave the business side of it. Talk about more of the personal side of it. The business part is good. If you want to do a startup business, I can be the one that can assist you doing that. Nevertheless, in order for you to build a business portfolio, you have to really focus more on your personal portfolio first. You can't just walk into a financial institution and say, I want a business loan, I want to start a business, and you don't have a personal financial statement analysis. You know, your credit score is a 500 or a 590. They're not going to lend to you as swiftly. So I always have conversations in financial education and financial literacy as it relates to credit. So credit is a huge ordeal at this time. And this day and time, everybody's focusing on make sure that they have great credit score. What I want everybody to understand in our community is this. I see this a lot on social media. I'm heavy on social media, and on my Facebook pages, you'll see me say, hey, you want me to help you with your credit so you can get you a personal loan, refinance your car, buy a house. If you want to do this, I'll help you do that free of charge, no problem. But then someone else may come along two posts down and say, I'm a credit repair specialist and you pay me $99 down and $79 a month, and I'm going to get something deleted for you, but it's going to be back on your credit in about 6 more months. So understand that your credit it didn't take overnight for you to get your credit in a difficult place, so it's not going to be an overnight fix. So we have to understand that there's going to be some time to that. It's time and it's dedication, and you really have to educate yourself on what that means for you. So please don't allow these people to tell you that I can get you a 150-point score increase in 30 days. It's inevitable. It's not going to happen. So please be educated and such. There are many factors to your credit, which is your debt to income ratio, and I think we kind of all know what your debt to income ratio is, meaning that you're just the debt you have based on the money that you make. You want to keep your debt to income ratio low. You also want to make sure that your credit utilization, if you have a credit card, you want to make sure that your credit utilization is under 30%. And you don't want to, a great thing for, our younger community, the great thing that you can do for your children, in our community, what we do is, before our kids are even able to sign a form, we get a light bill in their name, or a telephone bill, or cell phone bill, and you're messing them up for a really long time. The best thing that you can do for your growing child, 16, 17, 18 years old, if you have a credit card and you have something that you're paying and you're going to pay on consecutively, the best thing you can do for your child is add them onto your card. As an authorized signer or authorized user, if they're getting ready to graduate high school or something of the sort, you can get them a vehicle and you place them on the vehicle with you, and then you just be on there, and that's going to build them credit. So we want to make sure that we give our children the tools they need, like everybody else does. Every other race makes sure that their children can come out go into the world after 18 and be successful. Our children don't have that same thing, and that's because we weren't well educated. So we have to educate ourselves so we can therefore educate our children and make sure they have everything they need to become successful. So that is kind of my credit spiel. You guys can find me on Facebook. I'm on there all the time. I'm also a branch manager at a credit union, so you guys can come by my credit union. You can inbox me. I am more than willing to sit down with you to go over your personal financial affairs or credit. I'm very open to that. I'm not one of the ones that want to get the information and not share. I want us all to be successful. So in order for that to happen, I have to share what I have with you, and I don't mind doing that. So please be sure, if you want me to help you in any component to help you buy a home, buy a car, or get your children ready to be into society as it relates to credit, just please call me, text me, inbox me, whatever you may need. If you ladies want to talk afterwards about the other resources you need for your business and stuff, let me know, and I can kind of give you some things with that, because again, there is just so much money that we leave on the table because we're not informed. And honestly, I don't think that we're meant to be informed. So we have to make sure that we have our eyes and ears open to make sure that we can get the things we need for us to be successful and sustain our business as well. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you to everyone out here tonight. I want to give you guys a few small facts about small businesses in Little Rock and Arkansas, period. I got this off the Small Business Administration website, and in the state of Arkansas, it is 200. It may not be fully accurate because everybody doesn't complete a census and, surveys, but in Arkansas, there are 244,977,000 small businesses. A small business is from 0 to 1,500 employees. And according to the SBA surveys, most of these businesses in Arkansas are male-owned and not female-owned, and they're mostly white-owned and not black-owned. And what we hear a lot in the black community is that a lot of people will say everybody doesn't want a business, but everybody wants to work and everybody wants some money or, financial power or gain. And so I just think that we use that as a crutch or a shield because we really don't know. So we all are here today willing to help anyone that wants to start a business, just wants some advice about starting a business, or just wants to know, what did you go through? What did you do? When I started my store, I started with $500. I opened up. I didn't have enough money to even turn my water and my lights on. So I would just tell people when they came in, I had enough money to turn my lights on, but not my water. And so what I would do is just tell people they could come in, shop. The bathroom is not open to the public. And Adrian came in and purchased some items for her nieces, and I was able to pay my water bill. So it's as simple as that. You can start with just a hope, a dream, and just keep going. You don't have to let everyone know what's going on while it's going on, but to always let people know really what went on, and that will help someone, to know that, hey, if she can do it, I can do it. And so I'm just here to encourage everyone that has an inkling or wants to start a business. We go from job to job. We can go from business to business as long as we're profiting. And so I just want to thank everybody for coming out. We just want to let everyone here know, if you want any help, you need any advice, we're here to help you. We don't want to charge. We don't want any money to charge you. We're just doing it from our hearts. because we want all of us to be successful. And so I just want to thank all of you guys. I mean, so many people out here. I just want to thank you all for coming out. And I appreciate you and hope to see you again. Thank y'all. Thank you.